Most people focus on the moment process design happens. The workshop, the whiteboards, the sticky notes, the flowcharts, the approval meeting, the moment when everyone nods and says, finally, now we have a process. But the real story doesn't start there. It starts the day after. Because designing a process and living inside it are two very different things. Today, we're looking at what really happens the day after process design, when the consultants leave. The diagrams are saved, the excitement fades, and real work quietly resumes. This isn't about blaming bad decisions. Most process designs are created with good intentions. This is about understanding what happens after, when reality meets structure and long-term consequences begin to form. Let's start with the moment everyone remembers. Process design usually looks clean. There's clarity, clear steps, clear ownership, clear timelines. At the time it feels right, even exciting. People feel relief. Now we're aligned. Now it's documented. Now we'll be more efficient. The assumptions made in that moment are almost universal. People will follow the process as designed. Edge cases won't matter much. The organization will adapt naturally. The process will reduce friction instead of creating it. At the time, this decision made sense. The process wasn't created to fail. It was created to fix something real. And for a moment, it looks like it worked. The day after, things still look fine. There's calm. People reference the new process in meetings. Documentation gets shared. Templates get reused. Early wins appear. Fewer questions, faster approvals, clearer escalation paths. There's reassurance. This is already better than before. We just need time to adjust. And importantly, nothing seems broken. This is where many organizations stop paying attention. Not because they're careless, but because early stability feels like success, and success creates comfort. This is where the invisible shifts begin. Small behavior changes start to appear. People begin adapting the process, not formally but quietly, skipping steps just this once, copy-pasting old templates, working around approvals to save time. New pressures emerge. The process doesn't fit unusual cases. Speed conflicts with control. Accountability feels heavier than expected. Small compromises follow. We'll log it later. This doesn't really apply here. We know what the process means. These aren't acts of resistance. They're acts of survival. The process didn't fail, but reality started bending it. And every small bend carries a trade-off. The consequences don't arrive loudly, they arrive slowly. A few months later, exceptions become normal, workarounds become invisible, ownership becomes unclear again. Problems feel sudden. Why is everything inconsistent? Why don't we trust the data? Why does this take longer than before? But nothing broke overnight. The process didn't collapse, it eroded. Each small workaround compounded, each shortcut layered on top of the last, each assumption aged quietly. By the time leadership notices, the process exists, but no longer governs reality. Most people don't ignore problems, they simply don't see them yet. Several forces are at play. Cognitive bias. Early success anchors belief. People assume stability equals effectiveness. Overconfidence. We designed this carefully. The structure is solid. Process blindness. Once documented, it feels handled. Attention shifts elsewhere. Emotional investment. Admitting friction feels like admitting failure. Organizational inertia. Changing a process again feels exhausting, so people adapt silently instead. None of this makes people careless. It makes them human. Experienced professionals don't judge decisions by the moment they're made. They judge them by what happens after. They ask different questions. Where will people bend this? Which steps will be skipped first? What pressure will this create in 6 months? They monitor different signals. Workarounds, not compliance. Exceptions, not averages. Silence, not complaints. They expect behavior to change, and they design for that reality. To them, process design isn't a finish line. It's the start of observation. The lesson isn't don't design processes. The lesson is plan for the day after. One mindset shift. A process is not control, it's a living agreement with reality. One framing principle. If a process can't evolve, it will be bypassed. One long-term question to ask. How will this behave when people are busy, tired, or under pressure? Keep that question alive, and the process stays alive too. Most decisions don't fail at the moment they're made. They fail in the days, weeks, and months that follow, when no one is watching closely anymore. If this changed how you think about process design, that's the goal. This is the day after, and next week we'll explore what happens after process automation.